Hey everyone, this is Hope from Apple a Day. And with the new year, it's always good to get organized. And even as a professional organizer, and you think that your systems are organized, there seems like there's always a way to improve on what you had. So you are now in my master bathroom, and I have to say that I thought I was organized, but when I started going through things, I realized I had stuff in containers pretty much everywhere. So even though it felt organized, with the new year here, I felt like it was time to kind of improve on that system. So I'm going to show you today how I revamped my beauty supplies, essentially. And it was actually kind of easy and fun, and it really isn't that expensive. So take the time. It may take you about an hour, but if you have your supplies ready, you will be good to go. So one of the first things I did was I realized that I was using a basket in this area here. And if you look, yeah, that looks great, and you know the basket obviously was full, but there was a lot of wasted space here. And I was like, there's got to be something that I can do better, to have a better use of that space. So I went online and did some shopping, and obviously I had to do some measuring, which sometimes I have to do a couple of times to make sure I have it right. But I was able to pick up this 3-bin container, and I already put labels on it ready to go. But this container fits perfectly into this spot. So what I have done was I organized all of my supplies. Basically, anytime you do any type of organizing, you're always looking to inventory what you have and clean out at the same time. So in the process of you sorting through what you have, you're throwing things out that you don't need. You may be donating something to a friend or a charity that you know. Obviously with beauty supplies it could be a little different to do that. But any type of process when it comes to organizing, you're always clearing the space, and while you're clearing the space, you're thinking about what am I keeping, what am I throwing out, what am I donating. And when you're talking about what you're keeping, you start to organize it or sort it out by categories. Now, depending on what you're doing and what you have, your categories can be totally different than mine. And honestly, my categories, I didn't think that they were going to end up being the way they are, but it just kind of ended up flowing that way when it came to the space I was using and the supplies that I had. So my categories, if you'll see, went into being divided into face, eyes, lips, and cheeks, and then I also have a basket that I'm going to put on top for body. So you'll see what I did with my sink was I cleared out everything, and that's one thing that's great about organizing, is you also get a chance to kind of clean, which may not seem that glamorous, but it does feel really good at the end. So I cleaned out everything from under the sink. I washed it all down, so it's basically ready to go. So you can kind of think about it as doing a little spring cleaning while you're doing it, regardless of whether that springtime is in summer or fall or winter or even spring. So I have now started putting things back. That's the trick now, is to make sure that you can get everything back in there. And I obviously I always put things that I'm not going to need toward the back. So these are things that I'm going to know where they are, but I do not need to have them right away. Always have an extra curling iron, because you never know when your curling iron is going to die. So that's what this is for. So I'm going to tuck these guys behind here, as well as some manuals that I need for some of the appliances and things that we have up here in our bathroom. And then I'm going to start putting things back that I may use more often. Now, these lotions, they're extra, and they weren't going to fit in my little container. So I'm putting all the extras in the back, but I'm leaving one out for easy access. So that's what I've got going so far. And, when it came to this container that I bought, these drawers look great, and they are. However, I love putting things within things because it kind of maximizes your space, keeps things contained, but you also realize that you have more space than what you thought. So when I'm starting to put things back, I'm putting them in these little baskets, which honestly are not glamorous. They're dollar store baskets that I've had around for a while. I ended up having 3 of them that match. So That worked for me. But this would be my face stuff, so it's all going to go back into the drawer here, and I've got a container that doesn't quite fit standing up, so I'm going to put it on the side. But now I have access to that. And next will be my eye stuff, and you'll see I still have some space. I still have some space in the basket, on the side, and even in the back. And I've got my lips and cheeks with still some space. And last but not least, I have my body stuff. And that is a thing of beauty for me. Doesn't take much. That's it for me. To be able to have access to everything that I need, totally awesome. I will not bore you with the rest of things that I'm putting away, because I'm putting away basically toilet paper and things like that on the other side, and I always keep that closer to the toilet area for easy access. But that's pretty much it. You'll see I have taken all of my items that were important to me that I wanted to keep and not throw out, and they are all set. So I am wishing you a very happy new year, and here is to being organized.